Hey guys, what's up everybody? Welcome back again to another video tutorial from the Apex Predator Billiards Club. My name is Apex Selenio, and in today's video we're gonna talk about predicting the cue ball's path when you're on the wrong side of an object ball and you have to travel a couple of rails to get into a particular zone, or you need to get onto a particular ball. Now, during my training over the past couple of months, I've been playing these shots a lot. And what I've realized is that whenever I'm on the wrong side of a object ball and I need to play a particular shot into the side pocket to go maybe a couple of rails here and come around, the cue ball tends to always do something very consistent. And I'm going to be demonstrating that to you. Now, what I've realized over the years that I've been playing this particular shot is that I tend to always overuse the use of spin. I always tend to use too much spin, or I tend to not use enough spin, or I tend to not use any spin at all, which obviously gives me a lot of inconsistency. So what I've realized is that during my practice sessions, I'll play the shot over and over and over again, and then I realize that, hey, this shot is actually what I would refer to as a referencing shot. This shot has a lot of symmetry, and no matter where the ball is on the table, well, if it's in this zone that I have set up here, the cue ball tends to always go into a specific area. So in today's video, I want to share that information with you, and hopefully this could be something that you add to your game so that you can supercharge your consistency in playing positional pool. So if this is the first time here on the channel, please go ahead right now and smash that subscribe button. Turn on your post notification bell to be notified whenever I drop videos like these and more. And of course, drop a like if this is potentially great information to supercharge your game. So let's just get right into the video. All right guys, so what you see set up right here on the video right now is just a couple of markers that I have placed on the table just to remind me of the kind of shots that I'm going to play. Now, as you can see here, there are 9 balls that are set in a particular order, right? They're not set in any particular order, pardon me, but there are about 10 shots that I would love to play for you. Hopefully I'll be able to play all of them, but I pretty much want you to get the essence behind the type of shot that I'm talking about after maybe 3 or 4 of these shots. Now let's discuss the setup here. I have a cue that is placed right here that is in between the first and second diamond, that is marking the end zone and the limit to which this shot is probable. And I also have another end zone here to which the shot is probable. So once the object ball is lying within this zone and is on any one of these spots here, or in between these spots here, or even here, anywhere within this square. So this first diamond here and this diamond right here going across like that, and as long as it's in between this area, this shot is something that can be very useful to you when it comes to referencing. So we're going to get right into it, and then we're going to see exactly what we're talking about. So I'm just going to remove these cues from the table. All right, and then I'm going to move a couple of balls here. I already remember the markers. Okay, and so the first shot that I want to play is shot number 1. All right, and so what I've done here is that I've placed the object ball, which is the 1 ball in this case, in the intersection of the second diamond on the short rail and the second diamond on the long rail. So I'm exactly in the center of this half of the table. All right, and so I'm going to place the cue ball exactly in a straight line with the 1 ball. And so what I'm trying to do here is that I'm trying to cut the 1 ball into the side pocket, but I want to have an idea of where this cue ball is going to go once it comes off 1, 2 rails, and perhaps even 3 rails. More than likely it's going to touch 3 rails, so we can have an idea of the trajectory that the cue ball consistently takes once it makes contact with the 3rd rail. Now, this shot is a very tough shot, and for me, by my calculation, this is approximately a 45-degree cut shot into the side pocket, which means that I'm going to have to aim the center of my cue ball to the very extreme circumference of my object ball here. So let's see if we can execute and see where this cue ball is going to head. By my predictions and my calculations, the cue ball often heads right back at this diamond here. Maybe depending on how much of the object ball goes into the left or right side of the pocket, then it comes here or at the diamond. So let's execute this shot here. All right, so don't forget to chalk. Gotta get a chalk over here, guys. And so you go through your entire shot routine as I discussed in previous my videos. You find the aiming line and you make certain that you have an idea of where you need to cut. For me, I don't use like go around and use my cue like this. I usually have like an aiming system in my mind. So for me here, I'm just going to try to cut this one ball in and try to come about here. Now my cue ball often heads back towards the middle of the table, and it often heads towards that third diamond here on the long rail on this half of the table. So if you want to go more up table, that's more speed, which is more deflection, but you just kind of want to have an idea of where the cue ball is going. So let's get into the shot, guys. All right, so aiming line, aim up. There you can see it touches this rail here and it goes back into the center of the table and it's heading towards this area here. So we're going to be using this as a marker. All right, so that is the symmetry with this shot. We are cutting an object ball from the center of the table into the side pocket at a 45-degree angle. It often comes back right to the center of this half of the table on this rail. Now, what's going to happen if it is that I move the ball at maybe a half diamond down, okay, and then place the cue ball in direct line with the 5? It often feels like a scratch, but it really isn't, because of course this is a very thin cut, a very difficult shot to say the least, into the side, but it often again comes back right into this area here. So it's just going to be a super thin cut. It's going to have a lot of speed because less of the object ball will be contacted by less of the cue ball, so the cue ball will have more energy coming around the table. But let's see if we can execute this shot here. Looks very scratchable, but it's a thin cut, so you are able to avoid the scratch. Very good shot there. Again, you can see it contacts the rail right here in this area, and again it heads in the same direction. And so that's consistency with those two shots. And with these shots that you see I'm playing, guys, these are very tough shots, but they are very makeable shots once you're in a tough situation. And these are shots that you need to have in your arsenal just to surprise your opponent when they think that you have an impossible cut shot. All right, so let's see now what's going to happen if it is that we perhaps move a diamond up here, not maybe a diamond, like a half diamond up here, and place the cue ball back again into the same perpendicular direction of the object ball. So let's see here, same shot as usual, and again you will see that the cue ball is just going to come into this area here. Just comes a little bit higher up here, all right, not exactly below the diamond, but just in this area here. And you can see that playing with a little bit more speed, the cue ball is again going to be heading in that direction. So you can see that there is a consistency when the cue ball is lying within this range here on this perpendicular line from the center diamond in this half of the table. Now, I won't be able to play all variations of the shot for you, but I can tell you for the most part that even if it is a diamond up from the center or a diamond down, when the diamond down is almost impossible, because then that's an extremely super thin cut, which is not going to do you much justice in terms of positional play, and I don't think that you'll be able to contact 3 rails anymore. You're more than likely will be catching this rail here, and just a lot of things can happen with a shot like that. So I have a limit to which this 3 rail option is going to be available for you. So if we even put it here, and this is like a diamond and a half up, it's gonna still do the same exact thing here. So let's execute this final one here. So you can see that it comes a little bit lower simply because the cue ball takes a longer time to contact the rail because of how far we are away. So that's more power, and perhaps maybe I hit the ball too much in the center, or maybe I hit the ball too much to the left side of the pocket. So different variances can cause you, but you have an idea of what's going to happen to the cue ball once it comes off the first rail, second rail, and it's heading into this area here. And all these shots are played without any form of spin. Now in the next segment, we're going to be talking about what happens if the cue ball goes a diamond forward and a diamond back. So let's get into the next segment. Alright guys, so in this part 2 of the video, we're now going to be talking about what happens if the object ball goes a diamond forward away from the center of the table. So let's put the ball here. So this is like a diamond away from the center, and we're still going to have the cue ball in direct line with the 6. So what's going to happen if it is that we cut the 6 into the side? What's going to happen to the cue ball? So since we're going a diamond forward, what's going to happen is that since this is our reference line coming off 2 rails, going a diamond forward will simply bring you a diamond shorter than where our initial consistent point is. So let's demonstrate what that will look like. So always remember to chalk your cue as per usual. Now it's a easier shot simply because the object ball is closer to the pocket, but it's also a slightly thin cut. So you still have to be very careful with the cut shot, and you cannot use any form of spin, because any form of spin will get you back into the consistent area here. So we know that the cue ball is going to come off this rail here, and it's going to head maybe towards the side pocket depending on the speed. So let's see here. So this is no spin, guys. And you can see we come a bit deep into the corner. We should have come about here, but that could have been a case where maybe I cut the ball too much to the right side of the pocket. But usually it's going to come around this area here, and as you can see, it heads towards the side pocket into this zone. Alright guys, so now we're going to be looking at what happens if it is that the object ball maybe comes a diamond forward from the center of the table. So let's see, the 4 ball would have been in the center here. Let's move it up a diamond and bring the cue ball in direct line with the 4. And from this direction here, clearly we can see that we won't be able to make contact with this rail first. We are going to be able to make contact with this rail, perhaps this rail, and maybe slide down towards this area here. So let's demonstrate what happens now if we are 1 diamond closer. And here you can see that the closer the object ball is to us and the farther we are away from the pocket, it's the more likely that we're not going to touch this rail, but more likely that we're going to be touching this rail and perhaps this rail here. So let's see now, maybe moving down. Let's come down a half diamond here. So 1 diamond closer from the center and a half diamond down. Well, I should say half diamond closer to the pocket and 1 diamond in. So we should be able to catch maybe into this close range here, and perhaps come back into this consistent area here. Okay, so let's see. And you can see we're coming right back into this area here for a shot anywhere in the middle of the table. All right, So that pretty much brings us to the end of this tutorial video. I hope this was of benefit to you. I hope that you enjoyed this content. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and of course turn on your post notification bell for future tutorial. Do take care until next time. Apex Selenio signing out for another fantastic, knowledgeable and great video. Do take care. Peace.